Hello comrades, this is Chatty here, and as you guys can tell by the title, inside today's video, I'm going to be talking about 5 horror franchises that need to be revived. With the release of Halloween inside of 2018, I thought it really showed that you can really revive a franchise and you don't have to reboot it. You can just continue the story that was set up inside previous films, and I think inside the next couple of years, we're going to be seeing a big wave of all these classic slasher / horror films be rebooted. Well, not necessarily rebooted, but be revived and continue stories from past films instead of just rebooting them again. And I'm going to be going over 5 horror franchises / slasher franchises I think should be revised. So let's get right into it. So coming in at my number 5 spot is going to be Hellraiser. Now pretty much at this point, this series is regarded as a joke or almost dead. There hasn't been a film in I believe like 5 or 6, actually like 8 years. The last film came out in 2011, and all the films have been like DVD releases since like the original ones, and the series as a whole, like I said, is pretty much dead. But I feel like they could revive it if they get a theatrical release, a decently big budget, and a decent director, and they actually try to make a good film, because the whole reason why these films are continued to be made, even though they aren't doing well, is so the company can keep the rights to the Hellraiser property. So that's the whole reason why all these crappy Hellraiser films are being made every single couple of years or so. But like I said, it might be hard to get a theatrical release. I don't really know how that works, but I feel like even if they make a good film on DVD, it won't necessarily revive the franchise. I think the best example of this is Curse and Cult of Chucky, which both came out on DVD, which they were both extremely well-made films and very good films, but they didn't really revive the franchise, and now they're rebooting Child's Play and just completely forgetting about those. So I do think it should try to get a theatrical release. Coming in at my number 4 spot is going to be The Evil Dead. Now, this franchise isn't dead, of course. I mean, there had just been a show on Showtime that ran from 2016 to 2018. But I feel like if they try to revive it, inside film, they could either go 2 routes. They could go off the 2013 reboot and continue the story and reboot the second film and then Army of Darkness, or they could either go the other way to continue the story that has been set up through all the past films except for the reboot and just show Ash going on different adventures. Now, in my personal opinion, I would rather see the latter, of course. I feel like the reboot wasn't really the same as the original, and I feel like they should just try to continue the story because the franchise isn't dead yet. Coming in at my number 3 spot is going to be A Nightmare on Elm Street. Same with The Evil Dead. They could go either 2 ways with this. They could either continue the story that was set up inside the reboot, or continue the story from the original films. Now, I do hope they continue the story of the original films, because I feel like the reboot just doesn't really hold up as well as, the original ones do. And like I said, they should definitely go with the latter, like I said, with The Evil Dead as well. Coming in at my number 2 spot is going to be Friday the 13th. Now, I believe this is already in talks of this happening, but I'm still going to have it on my list anyway. Now, I feel like with this film, they should just completely disregard the 2009 reboot, and then they should just continue the story set up inside the original films, because I feel like they could just keep going for as long as they want, because at this point Jason's like some zombie thing, so they can pretty much just make as much films as they want. So like I said, I think they should definitely continue the story that was set up inside all the original ones. And coming in at my number 1 spot of a horror franchise that should be revived is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, there is multiple ways to take this as well. You could either continue the story that was set up inside all the original films, or any of the reboots that came out in the early 2000s. But I think the best thing to do would maybe continue the story that was set up in Texas Chainsaw 3D, which came out in 2013. Now, that film didn't do too great with critics or audiences alike. But I feel like if they do get a better director and get a better team writing it, they could make a good film and just completely forget about that. But I think they should start out with the Texas Chainsaw 3D. But that's the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button to become a comrade today. Drop a like on this video and turn on the post notification bell so you can get notified every single time I upload a video. Make sure you guys go check out my videos from earlier today, and I'll be back again later today with a brand new video, so stay tuned for that. This is Chatty signing off. Peace out.